Skål. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another bourbon review for you guys, and this one is the last one this time around. Maybe I will be looking into bourbons later on, but for now, I had enough. Not a negative way, but just want to taste the things that I really love, like beer, rum, and whiskey. So yeah, but today I have the Old Forester. This one costs around 250 Danish crowns for 70 centiliters. It is 43% alcohol, and it is chill filtered but not artificially colored. The Old Forester is the oldest bourbon brand out there, and it's been made since 1870. So this is quite amazing. It's made of 72% corn, 18% rye, and 10% barley malt. So love that it was this easy to find the percentages so you know what's in here. Really love that. I think all bourbons should do this, and also blended malt and blended whiskey should do this, so you know kind of the difference, the things that's in there. That would be really great. Like Fanø Brewery is doing with the beer. They tell whatever hops and whatever malt and all that stuff that's in there. I really do like that, openness and just being able to know what's in there. So yeah, that's pretty much what I want to say about this bourbon. And now for the most important thing, the nosing and the tasting. I have my beautiful Dunkeren glass, the crystal glass from Dunkeren I bought a year ago or something, half a year. Really beautiful. There's no sponsored content in this video, and as always, everything on this channel is just my opinion. Oh yeah, just a side note, when I read or researched this bourbon, when they said 18% rye was in here, they also kind of wrote that was more rye than normally is in bourbons. I don't know if that's really true. I think I've tasted some where there was more in them. I also tasted definitely the Jack Daniels, though I think that was 80 or 81% corn, so a lot more corn in that. But this should give it some more spice and a little bit more, maybe a little bit more bitterness, but definitely some more spice, if that's true. So the color is very dark amber, or not very dark, but it's quite dark amber. The leg is medium to heavy. That's the only thing that I don't like about this glass, if any. It's quite difficult to see with this beautiful pattern here how much leg there is. Yeah, right off the bat, definitely more spice here, definitely more bitterness. So when they say that there's more rye than normally, I'm gonna believe them now that I nosed it, because there's definitely a lot more spice here. The corn also has quite a lot of power, and 72% is a lot, so of course it would have. I don't think I'm getting any malt. First there's some spice and a little bit of bitterness from that rye, and then comes that fat, heavy sweetness from the corn. And I distinguish between malty sweetness and corn sweetness, which for me, the malt sweetness is a little less sweet and a little more light. And in the malt, there's also some kind of not spice, but something else. The corn is to me fat, heavy, very sweet. heavy is probably the right word for it. I actually don't like it that much. I prefer that subtle malty sweetness and that rye spiciness. That's what I prefer. But also with the vanilla and honey sweetness that sometimes come from the white American oak. And that's actually also here, but in the back and just tiny hints of it. I'm not getting any malt. I'm not getting any wood feel to it other than the tiny hints of honey and vanilla. Yeah, but quite a good nose to it. A little bit of sharpness, but not much, and just feel of a little bit of power, a little bit of kick to it. Yeah, it's good. So the palate is very smooth. There's almost no sharpness there. It's a little bit dry, actually. It dries out my mouth. But the palate, there's only just a little bit of rye influence and a little bit of corn influence. The finish, however, is quite a lot more power on the flavor. Only a little bit of sharpness, a lot more flavor power, and it's mouth-watering. It's oily. It's very good. The finish is very nice. And what's at the finish is spice, quite a lot, a little bit of bitterness. Funny enough, the corn is not that dominant at the taste, at the palate, and at the finish. There's a little bit of corn at the finish, a little bit of vanilla and honey sweetness. It's so, how to describe this? The palate is almost too smooth, where it's bland, where there's almost no taste. The finish makes up for it because there's a lot of taste there. Not a lot. It's simple. Quite easy to drink because there's not a lot of sharpness. It is powerful though. Nosing it the second time around, the corn gets a little bit more influence and the oak gets quite a lot more influence. So there's quite a lot more vanilla and honey sweetness. So the palate has a little, it's quite good actually. It is actually quite good. I can't remember where I put all the other bourbons, but this one might be, it's at least one of the best that I've ever tasted. Because the palate gets a little bit more taste the second time around, and what's there is rye spiciness and a little bitterness, and then you actually just for a second feel the malt, and then comes the corn, takes over. The finish starts out for me with maltiness, very very nice. Then it moves into a little bit of corn sweetness, some rye spiciness, and right at the end there's just a little hint right at the back of the vanilla and honey sweetness. As before, the palate is dry, and the finish is oily and mouth-watering a lot. So, a lot better than I expected. Now for the hop port. Where to put this? I remember tasting the Evan Williams. I liked those as well. I also liked the Four Roses. I think I also liked the Mark's Mark. And one of the Jack Daniels was actually also pretty good. I didn't like the normal one. It was too much corn for me. I'm not gonna... Sometimes I can't help to compare to the others, but I really don't want to. I want to assess and evaluate and review this one just for this one, not compared to anything else. Just what I think about this dram right now. And for me, this is an 8. So the Old Forester is an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I'm going to be putting it at an 8. So yeah, there you have it. That's the video for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to share it with friends and family. Also, leave a comment down below. I will respond to all of them. I especially do like the comments where I can sense or it's clear that people just want a sound and reasonable discussion and talk about whiskey, bourbon, or rum, or whatever it is. I really do like those. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe and make sure to hit that notification button. Also, if you want to, I would really like if you check out my Instagram account. It is Dunkeren_. And if you like what you see there, please give me a follow. That's it for the video, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay strong out there. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.